take a look at automatic and controlled processing in attention. So we're going to try something easy first. Just read the list of words as fast as you can. So that was probably pretty easy, right? Now we're going to change it up a little bit. Name the color each word is written in. Do not read the word. That was harder, I bet, right? So if you experience interference between the color's name and the color of the word, you experience the Stroop effect. The Stroop effect is named after the individual who discovered it a long time ago. Skilled readers cannot stop themselves from reading the word even though it is not relevant to the task. You just can't help yourself from doing it because it's an example of automatic processing. And here we can see examples of controlled processing versus automatic processing. So controlled processes are usually slow, serial. In other words, they go in sequence, they take effort, and they are consciously done. As a result, they are limited by our short-term memory. There's only so many controlled processes that we can undertake at any given time. In contrast, automatic processes are fast. They can be done in parallel. In other words, multiple things can be done at once. They take no effort, and they're not usually conscious, and therefore are not limited by short-term memory. Automatic and controlled processes are best thought of as existing on a continuum, though, as opposed to two separate categories. There are things that are really 100% automatic and other things that are 100% controlled, but there's a lot of stuff in the middle. And we saw some of this in the earlier video of the search processing as we added more features to the search, and it went from a single feature where it was purely automatic and then turning it into a conjunction search where we're looking for like a red vertical bar, but there's other red items and there's other vertical items in there. It got a little bit harder. So we can see that we can gradually make that challenge a little bit more difficult, and we can move along this continuum from the extremely automatic to the extremely controlled. Now, why don't we always use controlled processes? Think about what they cost, right? They are expensive in the sense of short-term memory, and that's the advantage of automatic processes. They don't have that limitation. Now, remember brain bugs? This is an example of the dangers of automaticity, relying exclusively on automatic processing. This simple math problem is a difficult thing for most people to do because we automatically misalign the values from 10 to 100 or 1,000, and we make a typical mistake here, and the answer is not 5,000 if you remember. And so there's this generic error modeling system called GEMS. According to this theory, many accidents are a result of two types of these situations. One is when automatic processes are not interrupted and taken over by conscious processes when they should be. And the other one is when there's an unusual or unpredicted interaction between automatic and conscious processes. When there's an unusual or unpredicted interaction, that should sound like the Stroop effect, right? When automatic processes are not interrupted and taken over by conscious processes, that's the math problem.